Hello friends and welcome to yet another exhilarating video of Wisdom Zone, and this is Shubro. Today I'm gonna show you how you too can narrate short stories in English, and this video is all about short stories, narrate short stories confidently and fluently, and in turn which is going to help you immensely. So it is my earnest request to all the viewers, please watch this video carefully until the end, because today I'm going to discuss the components of a short story and also show you how to narrate a short story. And again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait friends, and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification of this type of informative video. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Friends, welcome back once again to this extremely useful video on short stories, and today I'm gonna show you how you too can narrate a perfect short story in English, which is very important for your overall communication to establish yourself as a confident speaker, and is also a wonderful way to practice your spoken English. So friends, before I get started, let me tell you I have provided some more links on short stories and anecdotes. If you want more information, more videos on storytelling, please go through the videos which are given in the description. So without further ado, let's get started. So friends, today at first I'm going to discuss some important components of a short story, and you must know all these components so that you can narrate a short story confidently and you can become very dynamic in storytelling. So as you see on your screen, components of a short story. So there are some important components. Before I go ahead, let me tell you, today also I'm going to not only show you the components, but also I'll show you how to narrate a story. In fact, I am going to narrate a story today and show you how you too can narrate a story, and I'm going to show you a picture, and based on that picture I'll make a story and narrate it today. So let's get started. Again, dive into our discussion. The components of a short story. There are primarily 7 components, and if you focus on these components, you can easily narrate a short story confidently and fluently, and which in turn is quite useful. So the first important component you see that is given, that is character. So character means you have to build the characters, you have to introduce the characters. Obviously you can make fictional characters if you are narrating a fictional story, and if it's a real story then you can use real characters, but you can always use fictional characters to make your story more narrative and creative. You can introduce your characters, and primarily the main character of the story is called a protagonist, as you see on your screen. So the main character is protagonist. Around that character entire story and the other characters revolve. That's called protagonist. And you can have an antagonist also. Antagonist means just the opposite. As you know, the protagonist is the positive character or the main character, and the antagonist is the negative character, or you can say a villain. So you can have both protagonist and antagonist, and apart from that there can be other multiple characters revolving around the protagonist. So that's the first component, and the second component is the setting or the backdrop. So you must be very clear about the setting, because you need to clearly define the setting, and it normally answers 2 questions: when and where. That means when this incident happened, that means the time and place. Understood? When and where means time and place. So we have to focus on that. That gives setting. The setting means the backdrop, again already mentioned. When and where, or the time and the place of that particular story, you have to clearly mention that, so that the people or the audience can understand the backdrop of the story. The next comes the plot, that is the basic storyline. Then comes the next point, fourth point. As you see, fourth component is on your screen, that is theme. So theme is also very important. Theme is quite easy to understand. Theme means it is the central topic, subject or narrative of that particular story is called theme. So up next we will see the next important component, that is conflict. So obviously in short stories we can have conflicts, and because of conflicts only we narrate stories. If things are quite okay, then obviously why we are going to narrate a story. So a story talks about a conflict. There can be a conflict between the protagonist and the antagonist, or the conflict can be between some other characters, and comes the climax, as you know, which is quite important. The height of the story is called the climax. It is the highest point, as you know, the highest point of conflict. When the actions come to its highest point of conflict, that's called climax. And the last important element, as you see on your screen, which is very essential, that is resolution. All the conflicts and all the problems, you expect that it would go away and it would be solved. So the resolution means the solution, and all the things get resolved in the resolution, because the conflict cannot keep going, isn't that? Then the story would not end. So resolution means the point where everything ends, all the problems are solved, and then the story ends. That's the last part, that is resolution. So I'm quite sure it's clear what are the 7 important elements of storytelling. These are the 7 elements. If you follow, you can easily narrate a short story. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. So let me again repeat the 7 elements. So first is character, then the setting, then the plot, then the theme, then conflict, then climax, and then resolution. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear, all the 7 elements of a short story. So friends, up next, let's move on. Today I'm gonna show you how you too can narrate a story, because I'm going to go ahead with a storytelling session where I am going to narrate a short story in this video live, and with the help of a picture I'm going to narrate a story. So as you see the picture on your screen, I'm quite sure you can see this picture. So first of all, you study the picture carefully. That is the most important thing. I hope you have seen the picture, and using this picture I'm going to narrate a short story which you can go through and pay attention and listen to the story carefully and see how to build a story, how to follow all the components, and in turn narrate a short story. So let's get started with today's story. So the title or the caption of my story is A Childhood Friend. So friends, today I'm gonna narrate a short story about an advocate named Sam who lived in Pune, and this story is all about one such busy morning in his life. One fine morning, Mr. Sam got up late. He finished his breakfast and took a shower, and he got ready to leave for the district court, as he had to appear for a very important trial. At that moment, his servant came and said, "Sir, a guy is looking for you and he is waiting in the living room." Sam was rather annoyed to hear about this untimely visitor. Then he thought, he must be an important client. That's why it's better to meet the visitor. And that's why he rushed to the living room. As he entered the living room, he saw a complete stranger. He was rather amazed to see the guy. "Hello, Sam. How are you? Do you remember me?" asked the stranger. Sam said no. Then the stranger introduced himself as his childhood friend Ben. His name seemed familiar to Sam, but he could not relate the stranger with his childhood friend Ben. That's why Sam asked, "Are you really Ben? Because you look different now." "Yes, Sam, I am your childhood friend Ben." "Yeah, I look different now, I know, as it has been more than 35 years. Then the strangers started reminiscing about their childhood days and the time they spent together. Sam was rather annoyed as he was busy and he was about to appear for a very important court case. And he also thought the guy must be an impostor and he got some wrong intentions too. So he did not heed to what the stranger said and frowned upon him rudely and said, "I'm very busy now. It would be better if you call me later." After hearing this, the stranger felt embarrassed and immediately stood up and said, Sorry to bother you like this, Sam. It's better I'll call you later. So could you give me your phone number? Sam gave his visiting card and the stranger left after thanking him. After that, Sam stood up and was about to leave, but suddenly he saw a white envelope which was carefully kept on the same chair where the stranger was sitting. He quickly grabbed the envelope and opened it, and to his surprise, he saw a photo. His whole attention was drawn towards the photo, and immediately the thing that struck was the face of a small 7-year-old child standing next to another kid of the same age. Sam could recognize both the kids, as it was his childhood photo with his childhood friend Ben. So friends, I hope you have liked this video, and today not only I have described the 7 important components of a short story, but also I have narrated a very short and interesting story, and as you know, the caption is a childhood friend, and I'm quite sure you liked that story, and please comment below and also follow this video step by step, and I'm quite sure you have understood how you can use a simple image and create a short story of your own and narrate it beautifully, and it is going to be immensely beneficial for your overall communication, and it's a wonderful way to practice your spoken English also. And I'm quite sure you have understood storytelling is so important in today's context, because if you know how to narrate a short story, you will always have an edge over others, because you need to narrate short stories, you need to narrate anecdotes in front of a large gathering or in front of your colleagues. In public speaking also, it's quite essential. So I'm quite sure you have understood, and please practice and go through the video step by step. Follow the short story which I narrated, see the way I have used the time words and other things, and let me tell you, I'll come up with another video on short stories and anecdotes, so please stay tuned for that particular video also. And again, it is my request to all the viewers, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait friends, and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get this type of interesting video on short stories, advanced communication, spoken English, idioms, and many more. So stay tuned for further informative videos, and do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.